Hey, what's up, guys? Jeremy coming at you for another edition of Vinyl Collecting Pickups. It's been a good week overall. I was able to pick up a lot of goodies, and that's thanks primarily to the introduction of Brad Jones through my cousin Nancy. So thank you, Nancy, and pleasure to meet you, Brad. So what we're going to look at is the majority of items here that I was able to pick up through Brad, and some other items along the way. All right, so let's take a peek at this box right here. In no particular order, we're going to just start here. I'm just going to pull albums. These ones are bagged in and are in mint condition. The first is Cruisin' 1961. Mint condition all around. Great cover. Moving on to the Lone Ranger. This is an album that I actually, to be totally honest, picked it up for the cover. When I was younger, my dad and I used to watch Lone Ranger, so I kind of found it a bit nostalgic. Again, here's another album that I just picked up primarily for the cover. It's a soundtrack to Goldfinger. And there's Diamonds Are Forever. Whoops. And that's another great album cover. And again, most of the 007 movies were known for their title covers. Here's Casino Royale. Look at that great cover. That's just fantastic. Burt Bacharach. And this was here more for novelty. The Royal Wedding. And then you see there Princess Diana. This here, having been a former musician, not at any type of professional level by whatever means, but having been a former trumpeter, here's Doc Severinsen, right? It's my first Doc album, and here's my second Doc album. Again, Doc Severinsen, A Great Arrival. So thanks, Brad. Moving on, this was an interesting cover I picked up. Just something different, and this is Tammy Faye, Run Toward the Roar. Okay, something interesting, something a little bit different. This was pretty funny to find. Liz Lyons, yes, as you see, yes, I don't even have to say it. It is what it is right there. But when I got this, I was actually telling Brad, it looks like it says here, to Jeremy, I'm your pleasure, Liz Lyons. So it's actually a rare album. Has not too much of but a little bit of value. And I believe she performed in Vancouver when she developed this album here, and it was picked up along the way. So thanks, Brad. That was kind of just funny, and it was just total impulse there. Yes, we're just going to kind of cover through this very quickly. It's Roxy Music, and I'm just going to, it's you guys can see what the cover was if you just scroll back. But let's get to the real music. The Ink Spots, all right? Fantastic, immaculate condition, complete. And if one album wasn't enough, how about another album? Okay, so I was able to pick up that album as well. And if that's not enough, how about even another album? Okay, so now we're going into real music, something that you can just put on while enjoying company, having dinner, just relaxing in the house. And again, and now we're going on another album, Ink Spot. So it just keeps on coming. All right, here's another album, Ink Spots again. As you can see here, I'm probably going to, and most likely will, introduce the entire collection to you, to the Ink Spots. And again, more Ink Spots as we see. All right, and again, keeping it going with more Ink Spots. So my collection is very filled out in this area. And now we're going to the greatest hits. A little bit of damage there on the cover, but the vinyl itself was in great condition, and that's the most important part. All right. Lost in a Dream, more Ink Spots, as you see. So Brad, thank you so much. I just totally kind of cleaned out your collection on Ink Spots, and we're just keeping it going from there. All right. And again, this should be the actual Ink Spots edition. This shouldn't be the Brad Jones edition. It should be the Ink Spots edition. But to honor Brad, thank you so much. We'll just keep it going, and yep, lo and behold, another Ink Spots album. So now, as you see there, my albums are starting to flip. So this is gonna be a little bit hard to pull out. Now, thanks to Brad, I was able to pick up some of the Beatles albums I didn't have, and that includes the Yellow Submarine. As you see there, it's in immaculate condition. It is original first press. So thank you so much, Brad. I was very appreciative for that album here. And now we're looking into the Beatles, Please Please Me. As you see here, this is Parlophone. It's a mono edition, mint immaculate condition. It is an import. So fantastic to find that. I was very happy. And if one wasn't enough, let's find a number 2. Hard Day's Night. Again, mono edition Parlophone. Immaculate condition. What can I say? Very, very pleased to find that. And moving along, this is an Apple label first press Abbey Road Beatles. I do have this album, but when you find it in mint condition, how can you go wrong? So thank you so much, Brad. And he also had this. This is one of my favorite Canadian jazz singers. It's Diana Krall. I've liked her since probably the early 90s. Had the opportunity to see her in university when she wasn't that well known, and had the chance to meet her at my own university. I was probably the only one my age in my demographic to meet her, but I have appreciated her music since. Being a former trumpeter, what can you say? Here is Miles Davis. Okay, it's my 3rd Miles Davis album. It's immaculate condition. It's In a Silent Way. Okay, so it's very exciting to find that. It is in again, immaculate condition here. Just the bag, the sleeve is a little bit older, so you just have to take my word for it. Now, thanks to my friend Scott, I was able to pick up a few albums on trade, and the first here is Coven. All right. As you can see, it's Blood on the Snow. It's actually a very rare album, and what can I say? It's funny that Scott and I were talking about this in my last video when I picked up Budgie. Budgie sounds like a very feminine name for a band, to be totally honest, but actually the music itself is very heavy compared to Coven, which, if you were able to see this and you look at the cover, you want to say Coven. Yes, and actually it's funny that I just brought up the horns, because they were the first band to actually bring out the horns. So very interesting to know. Now, something I found very interesting was this right here. It's Violent Femmes Blister. I have it playing in the background, but Violent Femmes 1982 first press, which features Blister in the Sun. So, and as you can see, you hear it playing in the background. But great album to find. I was very excited to finally get this. I did see it before, I just didn't pick it up till now. So thanks, Scott. Now, Scott's going to be a little bit disappointed when he says this. Had a chance to stop by a Value V, and I mentioned to his girlfriend, Catherine, I was able to find this. Yes, it's Sesame Street. My Name is Roosevelt Franklin. It is a rare Sesame Street album. And there is the only black musician, black performer to be on Sesame Street here. And this is ultra rare. Has a little bit of tape wear there, but the vinyl's in immaculate condition. So we'll give it a, just because of that there, we'll give it a 9, okay, overall. And that was only a $1.99. So I saw this as well. This is more for collectability purposes. It's Cabbage Patch Christmas. It does carry some value. It was there. I can't leave it for $2 when I know it costs more and stuff. So was able to pick that up. All right. So we got a little bit of Carlos Santana. The vinyl is in excellent condition. The jacket itself is good. We'll give it a strong good. All right. Moving along. We were able to find a little bit of Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow. Vinyl's in good to very good condition. You can see some ring wear there, but that was great to find. And also I was able to find a mono edition Stones Let It Bleed, London. It was great to find that. A little bit of wear on the cover. Album itself is in good condition, so it was complete, good overall mono. Let's go. That was great to find that. Okay, my first finding here was Pink Floyd. Sorry, this is a momentary lapse of reason. For what I paid for this is ridiculous. I don't even want to tell you. That's just awesome, okay? And we're just going to zip through a couple more. We got Judas Priest, Hellbent for Leather, okay? I was able to pick up more Priest right here. As you can see, I already have this album. I actually picked that up for Scott. We were able to get Nugent. And we're just going to flip through the last couple here. We were able to get Wasp, Santers, funny album, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Christmas Day with Colonel Sanders. It's upside down. That's Earth, Wind, and Fire. We got some Dave Brubeck Quartet, Angel Eyes, a little bit of Sinatra, okay. Louis Armstrong, Beatles. This is live recordings. We got album 1700 from Peter Paul Mary. This is an excellent album right here. This is Doris Day, Cutting Capers. This is fantabulous to find this, right? A little bit more Patsy Cline, and even more Patsy Cline. So I do have a case there that I'll show you guys later. This is it for this edition. See you soon.